Yes, people, and welcome back to Norski TV and the What's Going On podcast. Please hit that like button, do whatever you need to do to get me up to 400 subscribers. Please do that for me on the way to 400. And I just want to thank all those people that have subscribed in the past, and for those people that have watched my show on Rewind or whatever replay, and those that are coming live and watching the show as well. So big up to all of you. But listen, there is an awful lot to be talking about for this show tonight. The second part of the Premier League has just been played. Game week 21. The other lot are on holiday. I don't know, selling themselves or maybe being fed steak. Who knows? But look, we are going to talk all things football, and there's a lot to talk about. Ref watch, some controversial decisions over the weekend, certain things to do with Foam Gate, and a certain ball. Mr. Ivan Toney coming back from his long-term ban and scoring a goal. I don't know if he got an assist, but I know he definitely scored a goal. So, yeah, listen, we're going to be talking all things football. And I'm going to be bringing in my guests. And first of all, no, they're not my guests. They're my padrins, man. What am I talking about? My guests. These guys have been with me for a long time now. So, yes, Mr. Root Calls, big up to you. Well, go on, man. Listen, we're going to be talking football. Dead window. January window. We need to be smashing some windows, people. Smash some windows, because right now it's all dead. But big up to you, Root Calls. And yeah, we're going to get these guys in. So let me bring in Mr. Big D and Mr. Kofi.
Yes, Kofi.
Sitting at the top of the table
top
on a surfboard.
Top of the league. Top of the league.
Big up to you, bro.
Top of the league.
Yes,
top
guys.
Top of the league.
You say, bro?
Good to be back. Good to see you guys. All smiles.
All smiles, yeah. It's all smiles. But listen, let me quickly go around the table. But people, while you're in this show, please hit that like button and smash that like button. Get these likes up as well, please. Big up to you, Craig. What you saying, bro? Big up to you.
Yes, Craig.
Yeah, man. We got a show for you tonight. We're going to be talking all things football, man. And enough things. Yeah, get him some respect there, Kofi. And
yes,
so let me go around the table. First of all, let's go to the Juve, man. He ain't wearing a Man United shirt tonight.
Hey, top of the league. Top of the league.
Listen,
I'm shameless.
I don't get this. Yeah, I was heard somebody saying I don't get this about people wearing another man's shirt. You're either a Man United supporter or
listen.
What's going on here, man? Yeah, you can't. Hey, brother, let me talk to you.
There are plenty of people.
Big D, let me preach to you.
There are plenty of. It's not the same country, man. If it's in the same country, I would get it.
Big D, brother, you went Sunday school.
It's all right, no.
What the Bible said, you can't serve two masters, man. What was you?
Yes, no. You know what you say? You know what you say, bro?
No, for real though. How you doing? I know. Listen, last week, couple of days now, you've been sort of struggling with fever and cold, man. But how you doing?
Madness, man. Yeah, man. As you can hear in the voice, man, it's still a little bit chesty there, but fighting the power, man. I did little home remedy, like I was telling you, man. I just didn't add the rum because I got a drive tonight, so I couldn't do the rum thing. You know we
don't want Babylon now dealing with you. I understand.
I mean, if it wasn't because of that, but fellas, man, the fresh lemon, the fresh ginger, the fresh garlic, and if you got the Ray that is the nephew, and some honey, my lord, it works, man. Because like yesterday, I couldn't even speak. Yesterday, the voice was gone, man. Like proper, but I made that healing tea when I woke up from night shift and drank a big mug of that in my Man United mug, and it felt good, man. It eased down the chest and tea, you know what I mean? So we're here, man.
Drinking the Man United mug, man. You must be feeling quite good, yeah, or quite smug. Not mug now, smug.
Nah, you know what I mean? I'm seeing some changes, so we'll see what happens with these changes, and we got to start at the top. And they're starting at the top, so I can't complain.
We'll talk about it. I know Ez Ez was kind of tickling the ground this morning. We had a lot of chat. I know D wasn't. You probably seen a load of our chat in the chat. I know yourself and Coach.
Yeah, when I saw it, I went, I can't even dive into that, man. Otherwise, I'm late for the show. But just quickly as well, Norm, I'd like to shout out my goddaughter / niece. She graduated her master's this week. A master's in British Black History.
Well done.
Respect.
Doing bits, mate. Absolute bits. So yeah, love you, darling. Doing the most, man.
Shout out, big shout out to you. Big shout out. Arteta won final in 4 years. Pochettino won final in 7 months. We're going there. We're going there, Craig. We're going there, bro. We are going there.
Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing?
But let me move on to Mr. Kofi Klopp, a Dubai extraordinaire. What you say, bro? Top of the league on a surfboard. Say it now. Come on. Are you
on a surfboard in Dubai?
Are you riding? Are you riding on a surfboard in Dubai?
Riding the crest of the wave at the moment. You know, it's tight. It's tight, and
hold on. What do you mean you're riding the crest of the wave at the moment? What you think you're gonna drop off? Huh?
No.
You think the big blue wave is gonna come and get you?
No. We're not scared of the big blue wave. It's just that we gotta be cautious because they're coming at us with full force, and the way they dispense of Newcastle. Newcastle 2-0 lead.
Well, it is what it is, bro. It is what it. Well, listen, that game last week, fantastic game, best game I've seen in a long time. Attack, but well, I wouldn't even call it attack versus defense, possession versus counter attack, and Mr. Big De Bruyne doing the business, getting a goal after 4 months out. KD, brother, not even B, KD brother. He is the brother. He is the brother. But yeah, it's good to have you back, Cove, back in the land of the living. I know out there was nice and hot and everything, and now
nice sunshine. Got engaged, so
hey, respect, hey, people.
You got engaged
like that.
Man kept that quiet, innit? What? Man kept, well, I kind of had an inkling because he sent me a
man's like Kofi, you know.
Man's like Kofi, and he didn't.
Hey, congratulations, bro.
Let me say this: he didn't actually go out there and get a bride out there. Yeah, he's English. Let's just get that right. Let's just get that right. You know what I mean? Big up, dude. Respect to you. Respect that people in the chat.
Yes,
give Kofi some love, man. Give him some love, brother. Give him some love. On to Mr. Ez. Yo, final. The final. Yo, man is happy.
You can skip me if you want, Norms. Yeah.
No, I don't want to skip it because I want to just say I want to know how you're doing, bro. I know because you got a big smile on your face.
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. When it comes to Chelsea helping towards that, 2 weeks ago, people in the chat saying what happened to Chelsea and all them thing there, because we were lost to Middlesbrough, and in the kids we trust, we trust.
In Poch, you trust as well.
And in, no, we're not giving it to Poch. We're not giving it to Poch. I'll tell you why. Yeah, I'll tell you why. You see them elite managers like Pep and that. Yeah, you see when it comes to these Middlesbroughs and Prestons and Blackburns. Yeah, Pep ain't even on the bench. Man, Pep is looking at the next game. You know what I mean? He just put the team sheet out. You might get the job done. And so really and truly, credit to Poch, all jokes aside, to get the boys motivated. But this is what should have happened the first time. 6-1's a good score. And Chelsea is going to Wembley. Now, ask me that at the beginning of the season, Norm. Nah, no chance. No chance. Nah.
With all that money you spent.
Enjoy it while it's there.
With all that money you spent.
You're not going to get me with that.
With all that money you spent.
Not going to get me with that.
$1 billion spent. And you said you can't get to church. What are you talking about, bro? What are you on about?
You're not gonna get me with that. You're not gonna get me with all that money you spent, man. You and Kofi like to try that. I've noticed that's your little
come on, chill,
you're not gonna get me with that.
Listen, I would expect you to get a final with £1 billion spent, man.
Okay, you've tried again. It's not gonna happen. Of course. I've explained this before.
We can talk. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
I don't want to hear about next spend. Yeah. You spent £1 billion. I don't care about next spend. Yeah, you spent £1 billion.
Norms. How much money you make is important to how much you spend.
I don't care about. Listen, yo,
of course it is.
You spent £1 billion. Listen, you spent £1 billion. Yeah, it's as simple as that.
Okay. How many of them players that we spent £1 billion on are we even playing?
Exactly. That's what I'm just saying. You are squandering money. You're doing a disservice.
Surely,
man.
As my mouth is.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. Surely, if the £1 billion spent and all your that money, they're all playing now. Yeah, all of them playing now. Then I can understand. But half of that billion, these men are in France and one on loan and all them thing there for a few years down the line. You haven't seen them yet. So that's the even some of them we've even called back now this January. One from Leicester, one. You know what I mean? Listen, some of them are not. We're not playing them man that we spent so much money on. Once again, and I'll say it again. Even that billion, if we went and bought ourselves a Salah, bought ourselves a Jude Bellingham and a Declan Rice, I would understand more results. But we didn't. Half the people in the chat probably can't even tell me who we've spent these money on, and that's why, as much as we've spent that money, you can't expect a return. You can't. It's just not how it works. It's not.
Who else?
It's not how it works.
Nkunku.
Nkunku has played
read
40
him
minutes
off,
of football.
read him off for him.
Nkunku has played 45 minutes of football this season.
And he's injured again.
How's he going to get into a cup final? He hasn't played.
Is he injured again?
He's injured again. I don't know what they're made of these days. Okay, let me tell you. Wesley Fofana injured. Nkunku injured. Cucurella injured. Reece James injured. Gusto is now injured. Lavia injured. And Ugochukwu injured. Yeah, and there's a few more in there. You know what I mean? That's 7 there. Sanchez, the keeper, injured.
The wage bill must be sweet for these guys. They're chopping the money up.
Out of all of them, no one's actually on mad money, actually. The highest out of all of them is Nkunku on 150k. So,
well, I'll tell you, I wouldn't mind getting that kind of sick pay.
Exactly, man. You know the ones.
I don't know what they're made of. Well, think about it. Go through all your clubs right now. Look at injuries. Is Salah injured right now, Kofi? Salah injured right now, Kofi? How much is he on?
Yeah, but Salah deserves
£400 a week.
He deserves a week.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, about that.
So Kofi, careful, you know, Cole.
Yeah, but the man is
talk about sick pay, you know, Cole.
The man is producing.
No, but come on,
Salah's producing.
Realistically, Salah.
Okay, how's he going to produce when he's injured?
No, but I'm just saying.
How many times in a season does Salah really get injured? This is the first time in a long time.
I hear that, but we're talking principle here. You mentioned Nkunku to me. He hasn't kicked a ball. Salah can't kick a ball for you now at the moment.
Yeah, but Salah recovers quickly, so I'm not too worried about it.
You hope, bro.
He's getting on a bit, Cole.
You hope he recovers.
That 4 months could turn into six weeks.
The man has African spirit in him, man.
Just a thing. Just talking about the AFCON, Cole. What you say, man?
Yeah, you know what? Forget the Ghana thing, man. Because like the way I saw that Egypt,
Chris Horton,
get sacked.
No, man. This is the joke. Like, as much as Kofi's getting pepper there, but we have a number one goalkeeper that got dropped for his cousin who plays in League 2 France, you know. Bro. I'm like, you get dropped for your cousin. That's supposed to be just
that's why
your armor bearer. Your armor bearer, mate.
That's why you can't wait for the Ineos revolution. It's coming.
Wow.
It's coming. Yeah. So we're going to delve into that. But listen,
mate,
let's just tackle the subject matters in question tonight. And obviously, as we do, we look at the Prem review and the player ratings and just couple of the Carabao Cup. We're just going to look at that from last week Wednesday, actually. Well, the FA Cup, Everton, Crystal Palace knocked out by Everton, so Everton have got to the next round, and Nottingham Forest, thankfully, I've got through, so they might be a little bit tired when we play them on Tuesday, so we'll see what happens coming out. They beat Bristol away, not Bristol, sorry, Blackpool. They beat Blackpool away. So yeah, this week weekend there's going to be a number of third round FA Cups fourth round, should I say, being played this weekend. Unfortunately, Arsenal not part of that. Liverpool knocked us out, so it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But as I said, there's a big chance. Could be a Liverpool Chelsea final. You know, February. Is it normally February that the Carabao Cup is played? So we'll see what happens there. And let's just quickly go into it. So yeah, we're gonna look at watch some controversy with Ivan Toney, Foamgate. We're going to talk about that. And also, there was another game. I think it was the West Ham. Because West Ham, listen, according to Dave Moyes, he wants top 4. And he feels that he was robbed at the last minute. Mad game, you know what I mean? Having 2 players sent off. And in the last dying, I think it was the latest goal that was scored I think it was like in 100 or something minute. They made it 2-2. Sheffield United got a penalty. They go down the other end. Blatant foul on, I think it was, what was the player? Who played? Bowen. I think it might have been Bowen. I think it was Bowen. And
it was Bowen.
VAR didn't even look at it, waved it away. We'll go into that a little bit. Also, the Pool. Kofi, this is your team, man. The Pool doing it without their talisman. And you know we're talking there. Can they go and win something special? You're at the start, at the crest of something special. First being, you're still in all competitions. That could be the first one off your tick list. You know, I think you will probably beat Fulham. You're playing them tonight. Second leg, you're 2-1 up. And you go to Craven Cottage. So we'll see what happens there. And can you win something special? And here's one for the Man U guys. As JR given Man U, and I'm not talking about JR Ewing now, yeah?
It's the modern day JR Ewing, man.
He's the modern day JR, yeah? As he given Man United fans a reason to dream again with the newest signing, Berrada. Omar Berrada. Nicked from Man City. Wagwan, so we're going to be talking about that. D, how do you feel about that? And obviously, the last thing is the what's going on fantasy Prem shout out. This week we haven't got any predictions. That will start next coming weekend. Or should I say the Tuesday of the 20? I think it's week game 22, where we will be doing our predictions and so on and so on. So, people, let's just quickly let me just see what's this chat say from Root Calls. So we have a manager who lets man feed the stickers choices.
Root Cause, preaching to the choir on that one, you know, bro.
Well, I think everybody.
What hardback man does that?
Brother, we need a VAR inquiry on that one, brother. Seriously.
Foolishness, man.
Foolish. Absolutely ridiculous. But it is what it is, man. These men are out there doing the madness. Go on the training pitch.
Fame and fortune, isn't it, Norms?
And go and coach. Understand? Yeah? I mean, how much, what's it? I don't even know how much that piece of meat costs. You know what I mean? But it is what it is.
For me, it's a next man feeding the next man. What's that about? Like, what are you doing? Are you ill?
Bro.
This is my thing, right? You see my dad, right? You see when my dad had his heart transplant, right? I was in hospital, and I fed him his soup. Man just had a heart transplant, and I fed him his soup. You know what I'm saying? Big hardback man sitting in a restaurant, having a man open his mouth to another man. What are you doing? That's your manager, you don't know.
Don't make me choke on my drink, man. Don't make me choke on my drink. Don't make me choke on my drink, man. Yeah. Don't make me. Yeah?
I couldn't believe that foolishness.
Don't make me.
He stroked his hand. Man, foolishness.
I'll tell you, when Ranson Express got hold of that, man, they finished.
They tore him,
they tore it to Arteta, bro. So, he just put himself in the shop window to do that madness. Why are you doing that?
You're like, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah? You got man stroking and you got a dog called Win. Come on, man. Feed the dog the meat. Feed the dog the meat, yeah?
Innit? Right. Give Win that meat. I bet they didn't even bring Win on the trip, you know what I mean? I bet left him at home. Stop him with a donkey and all for the week.
But listen, let's just go into the games that happened on, what is it? Let's see, Saturday game week 21. Game week 21. I'll start with our game. Arsenal first. It was an early kickoff. Arsenal 5, Crystal Palace 0. Listen, you look at that scoreline. You think that we absolutely smashed them. The mere fact is that we got 2 set pieces, one being an own goal, and the other 3 were basically us breaking on them and scoring the 3 goals. Listen, it was good counter-attack football. Literally, Raya throws the ball out for the first one, where I think he gets the ball out to Jesus. Jesus literally down the wing, crosses it over to Trossard. Man makes the next man drop on the floor like he did Lindelof.
Yeah, he sat him down, didn't he? Sat him down, boy.
And coolly took it. I think Trossard is probably our most clinical. Me personally speaking, I think he's our most clinical. Yes, Mr. Calvin, we say.
Yes,
bro,
Calvin, big up yourself, bro.
I think he's our most clinical striker. Doesn't get enough game time, and I don't feel Arteta uses him enough. I still, when I look at Arteta and his in-game management and changing it up and being so predictable, for me, you know, I mean, if you want to be. I'm hearing people saying that he's below. I don't know what your thoughts are. Do you think Arteta is below elite level?
Nah. Yes, but
yeah, because he hasn't proven himself, has he?
No,
but listen to what I'm saying.
Go on.
So you've got elite level, very, very good. Then I would say a decent coach. You know what I mean? If you're kind of grading it, yeah. Would you class him? Who would you put in the next tier below? Like people like, I would say Klopp is elite. I'll say Pep is elite. Ancelotti is elite.
Yeah, is the level below them, though? Is the level below?
I don't know if he's.
I would say he's a good aspiring coach.
Okay.
Did you know what? No. Hold on. Let's have it right. Arsenal have just about one or two world-class players, maybe one world-class player in their whole squad.
And who would you say that? Who would you say that is?
And I'm personally saying that's Saka.
Nah, bro.
No.
I'm saying Saka. Maybe Saliba, but it's one of them two.
No, Ez, I think they potentially can be.
If you're looking at Saliba,
who is?
Potentially Saliba, Saka. Yeah, but
all right. Saka can be.
It can be. It's not world class.
If you look at
on my point, the fact that we're even having this debate, Man City, I'm telling you, Foden, Haaland, Kevin De Bruyne, all world class.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah.
Exactly. Yeah.
The same at Liverpool, Salah, Van Dijk, Trent Alexander. If you go to Ancelotti, he's got Vinicius Jr., you know, Rudiger, Modric, you know, all these players, yeah? The fact that we're having to debate the standard that the players are, Arteta is constantly putting pressure on City and Liverpool between last season and again this season with players that are not world class or clearly in that bracket of world class. He's doing a good job. He's there and thereabouts. He's got Nketiah as a backup striker. He's got Jesus isn't ripping up tree trunks scoring goals. So he's still putting pressure on the likes of Klopp and Pep. He's done it last season right to the end, came off the end. By the end of the day, you give Arteta someone that's going to score 50 goals like Haaland. He wins the title last season. No,
I had this conversation. I think I had it last week or the week before, and I said, if Pep was managing the same Arsenal squad last season, where we spent 93% of the time at the top of the league, does he get that team over the line?
No, he probably does, Norman.
No, it's not probably. He definitely does, mate.
Of course he does.
No, he probably does, but that's what makes Pep elite, yeah? However, with this group of players that Arteta has, he's done very well. And I don't think just because he hasn't quite got it over the line yet, we can take that away from him. Yes, he spent a lot of money, but he had to convince man to come to Arsenal when you lot weren't even in the Champions League, you know. You had to convince them man to come and build this thing. Now you're in the Champions League. He's got you lot believing. He's got you believing again. And now he's almost his own enemy because he hasn't quite brought home the trophy yet. He hasn't quite done it. But he's got you believing that.
But if you look at it, he has a team, pretty much a team of internationals. Mm. So if you have a team of internationals, you're expected to compete. This is why us at United and you guys at Chelsea are disappointed to an extent because a lot of our players go away on international duty. So why are we 8th in the league? You know what I'm saying?
No.
So there's a lot of things we can blame for that. So and I look at Man United and I'll be honest with you, our world-class players are getting old. Casemiro and Varane are our 2 world-class players. after
But
that,
you know what?
we'd have no world class players after that.
You have to look at
him
as an experienced manager, and he's not an experienced manager. So, like you're talking about the likes of Pep, they've been doing it for time, 20 years going on, and Arteta's come in and done what, 4 or 5 years, 4 years.
Well, Arteta. Yeah. He's into his full year now.
But
he's gone for a title. He's gone for a title.
If you look at it, right, do we count sitting with an elite manager as his assistant? Do we bring that into play? Because it's not like he was. No.
So what you're saying? Are you saying that when he was with City as an assistant, you would call him an elite assistant manager?
Yes, because they were winning stuff. So
assistants are important.
So it's something you said, Norman, about getting the keys to the big truck and you just crash it. So it's yet to be seen whether he can drive the big truck.
Listen, for me, being an assistant, whether as Rick Hall says, you ain't gonna get me believing nothing until we see trophies, and that's what I want to see.
No, he has got you believing. Trust me. Because do you know why he's got you believing? Because you're saying
he ain't got me. He hasn't got.
Because he bottled the title last season, you believed that you should have won the title last season. Who done that? Arteta. Before that, you finished 8th, 5th. He got you to that place. Now this season, you're expecting to do it again, and you're believing that it's possible again. He's got that. He ain't no one else. It's Arteta that's done that. You got to give him credit. Who else is out there that is available that you're gonna get?
If the money, listen, bro, would you? If the money,
if you look at this statement, look at this one from Craig here. He's right. Look at this 2009 squad.
Thank you.
A younger squad to the Champions League semi-final. With probably less experience as well. With less experience in that squad.
Facts.
Are we saying Champions League semi-final is the same as a title run? Are we saying that finished below City that done a treble?
Yeah, but as City gave them 2 very good players to wipe them out as well.
Well,
he was literally helping the brother out,
Would you say they were very good players? Because
is Zinchenko world class?
I'm not saying world class.
I don't think he's world class.
Let's have this right, yeah? This is a good debate. This is a good debate, especially on.
Yes, Junior, big yourself, bro.
Yeah? Big up. Does Zinchenko get into a Liverpool, a Real Madrid, Bayern Munich? Does he get into any of them? Zinchenko?
He'll be on the bench.
On the bench, okay.
Yeah, squad player,
Jesus. Does Jesus start?
Squad player.
Okay, so even them 2 players that he's given up, no sweat lost, really. Yeah. What I'm trying to say,
not for Pep, but do they make Arsenal better? Do they make Arsenal
better? Of course.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. All of City's bench.
There's a surplus.
All of City's bench makes most teams better.
Teams better. Yeah.
Carry on the conversation. I'll be back in a second.
Yeah.
That's what I know. Yeah. But
my point being is that Arteta has done. At some point, we've got to decide, and only time will tell if it's the manager that's not good enough or the players ain't good enough. Now, I think the manager's done in his time 8th, 5th, 2nd. He's only going upwards. The manager, he's only on an upwards trajectory, upwards.
To be honest,
and he has been allowed to. He's been allowed to spend. Sorry,
he's been allowed to spend. But
to be honest, with the squad,
up until last season, gents, he had no Champions League, so he had to convince players to come to Arsenal and believe in this team without European football. So he can't go and attract your Osimhens and your Haalands and all of them man there. He can't do it. Jude Bellingham's. He's not in the conversation for those. Yeah. So he had to convince Ben White to come over. Yeah. He's had to put in Gabriel and Saliba, who weren't playing at top level, to come over, and get City bench players to come over. Just to get the trajectory to go up.
You have to give him some credit, because with the squad that he's working with, these are young, talented players, individuals, and that their heads could have been swayed by bigger club, but they said, you know what, let's stick at it. We're a young squad together. We're learning together, and he believes in us. Arteta believes in us. So why can't we believe in him? And they're giving their best for him. You know,
their project is going upwards. I know they have. I know it's been disappointing because they were so sure if they were going to have a shot at the title, it was last season, and I get that. That feels like a setback. But if they really look at the bigger picture, if you're talking about projects, their project has gone nothing but forwards. This season hasn't finished yet. They're still in the Champions League. They're still challenging for the title, although they feel like they've dropped some points here and there or whatever. At the end of the day, they can push Liverpool. They can push Man City and Liverpool right to the end if they kick on from here. Whether that depends on if they can get a striker in before the season is not any different from last season, really. They're not sitting at the top of the league running away with it, but they're there or thereabouts, and they're still in the Champions League. I don't really get Arteta out calls. And then my question is, okay, who do you bring in? If you get rid of him, who are you bringing in? Ancelotti's staying at Real Madrid. Zidane ain't coming to play with, some of these players. He don't even know who Martinelli is, Zidane. You know what I mean? It's one of them ones. Who are you bringing in?
Yeah, there's not, I mean, when I say there's not much out there, the dude from Inter.
Elite level.
The manager at Inter, I forget his name there now. I'll have to Google that. You've got Hansi Flick.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's
around. Yeah, because you know what? I think we may look at him. There's been talk about that as well. So it's like with Arsenal, if they're gonna pull the trigger, then they can't wait till they're not in the Champions League and they mathematically can't win the league, and then you fire him. It wants to keep him till the summer.
Arsenal fan, I agree with you in that side of it. The Arsenal fans, I do predict though, if you get rid of Arteta, your project goes backwards.
True.
You got
because these are his players, aren't they? These are his players now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, these are Arteta players.
You get another manager to play Zinchenko left back and Ben White right back because they ain't got nothing else. You try and get them to play with Kai Havertz in the number 8, and the list goes on. I don't even know how he's got a tune up with this team. He's only just started to spend big fees, like for example on Declan Rice. That was a good call. Havertz, I think that was a bad call. So, maybe I'm talking from a Chelsea perspective. If my project was going forwards and not backwards, I would give him more credit in the bank. I know you want titles and you want them now, but Kofi will tell you he had to wait for a while for Klopp to get it right. How many seasons it take him?
Of course, now, 4 seasons, four good seasons. Remember, he had to sacrifice finishing 7th.
Like, mate, and that was with worse conditions, right? But you had to wait for it.
The experienced players that Klopp had at that time, and he had to weed out a lot of players to get him the squad that he wanted. It took time, so we have to. But then we can also say Klopp already had experience because he's won titles.
That was the difference. But for a manager without the experience, he's already got you in a title race. And again, this season, you're there or thereabouts. I mean, you're not going to win it every year if that's what Arsenal are expecting. But I know you want that big one. You want, whether it's a Champions League or a Premier League, you want that now. I get that. But when you've got powerhouses like City and Liverpool, he's number 3. There ain't no one else. Look, it goes Pep, Klopp, or Klopp, Pep, and then it's really Arteta. If you think about it, who else? You know what I mean? Ten Hag isn't quite there. Poch ain't nowhere near. You know, who else? Brighton, De Zerbi, he ain't there yet. What, West Ham, Newcastle, Eddie Howe?
The thing is, you say the De Zerbi, there's been a lot of De Zerbi talk as well. Like, Ineos quite fancy him. And I'm like,
his ideology.
Brighton isn't Manchester United.
You saw Graham Potter, didn't you? You saw Graham Potter.
Just crumble. And that's the thing. The expectation is not at Brighton. No one's expecting you to do nothing at Brighton.
That man can play there
apart from not get relegated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They can
And
play
if you get a good cup run, then everyone claps you for that. No one's expected to win the title. No one's expected to be in Champions League. You come to Man United, and they allow you to spend money with the director of football, mate. There's no excuses. There's no hiding place, which is what Ten Hag is finding out now, that you can't be eighth after 400 million in the transfer window. And that's the pressure De Zerbi will come straight under if he comes to us. So I'm not even convinced about that.
Norms, you might have missed my statement, but what I said, and the listeners would have heard, and I'm making this so that we can look at this in 6 months when you sack Arteta for not winning the title again. I think if you sack Arteta, your project goes backwards. I'm being serious. I'm being serious. You have to hold in there.
How are we going backwards? If we've got the money to get in an elite manager, how are we going backwards?
Well, you brought in an elite manager in Unai Emery. He didn't quite.
I wouldn't call him an elite manager.
Why not? He's won several titles.
No. I wouldn't call him an elite. Listen, okay, he's got the PSG. He's not on the level. He's not on the level of Ancelotti. He's won 3 Europa Leagues. Come on, Ez. 4 league.
He beat you in the Europa League final.
Yeah, but that's not being elite. I wouldn't class him as elite.
All right. He's more established than Arteta.
He's more established. So check this out.
He's a few steps ahead of Arteta.
That proves my argument then. So, Unai Emery would be a level down from elite to be a very good manager. So Arteta then, if
he's a level below him,
Emery's beating him, he's a level below him.
Maybe.
But Norm, you see this?
Look what he's doing. Listen, he took, as we know, he took Aston Villa from pretty much near relegation to where they are now. Got them playing good football. He's a better coach than Arteta. Arteta's a good coach, yeah? He loves the club. We know he loves the club. But Arteta is a stubborn guy. Yeah, he's a very stubborn guy. And for me, I think he feels that, sometimes he feels that he's better than what he is. That's what I get. And you can't tell him anything. You know what I mean?
But this is why I said he lacks the experience.
Go on, sorry.
So again, mate, come.
I said he lacks the experience, and
absolutely. Listen, I know at the end of the day you have to go into a club, but what my gripe is, why are you, learning your trade or doing your job experience, work experience then with a club like Arsenal? You need to have gone somewhere else before you come to Arsenal.
If you look at it, Norm, like just by what Ruth Court just said there.
Right, I was this one here.
Yeah, like, do you think that the board looked at him being inexperienced and not having to give him an elite manager's contract, which is what, normally around 12 mil or something a year or something stupid like that? He's probably on about 7 or 8 mil.
He's on some money. I don't know what
cheese. I'm not knocking 7 or 8 mil a year. That's big man cheese. But did Arsenal board look at him and say, we see potential rather than elite, and let's go with the potential and back him? Because he's had time to learn off Pep, allegedly.
Yeah, but listen, our Arsenal fans ain't got time. Listen. You know the Chelsea fans. Listen, you're going through this new process, right, Ez? Yeah, you're going through this new process where before under Roman Abramovich, you had elite managers that was managing you, Carlo Ancelotti, Jose Mourinho, Conte. Yeah, these guys, and they got you something. They won you proper trophies. Yeah. So for me, I can't be on no process thing or project. No. Yeah, Arsenal is too big a club to be going through.
Let me ask you: if sorry, yes. It's all right. Diego Simeone was available, would you take him?
I would take him. Because
Diego Simeone.
Are you looking at the style of football? Yeah. Why? What's wrong with Diego Simeone?
I think the fans will hate football.
Listen, you keep going about horrible, yeah?
I'm sorry, Norms. I'm never like
this. Okay, look at the way. Hold on, wait there. Look at the way Arsenal are playing now.
Yeah,
look at the style of football compared to last season.
Yeah.
It's boring. It's boring football.
Oh, you won 4-0 last game. Let's be honest.
Why has he gone to possession-based football? Is he frightened to lose games? What is it?
No,
why has he changed?
No,
bro. Why has he changed?
The Emirates is the carpet. Yeah, you play football on the Emirates. That's one thing. From Wenger days, your fans will never. Your fans they will never accept Simeone.
But he's a winner. He's a winner.
Never. The Emirates will be in turmoil.
He's won a La Liga.
Listen, Norms.
He got to a final.
He got to Arsenal heritage.
I think the fans will lose their mind with that, Norm. I think the fan base. I don't know. Get frustrated because it's very pragmatic, Norm.
At the moment, could you imagine parking that bus and still drawing and losing some games?
Okay. All right. So Mourinho doesn't play expansive football.
I think that's a lie.
He plays efficient football. Yeah, because he had the players. I don't know. I think the players that he had. He just said, I think he just went out there and said, "Yo," because
he has times. If you look at
quality players,
if you look at Chelsea, where he had Drogba at United, he brought Lukaku in. He likes them bully beef strikers up front. He has a certain way that he wants to do that, and it's almost like he's not bothered about the goals. He's bothered about the results. He doesn't mind him winning 1-0. Where I think Arsenal fans like to slap teams 4-0 every week. You bring a pragmatic manager.
We're playing pragmatic football now under Arteta. We're playing pragmatic football under Arteta.
Well, I think it would be worse than the Simeone, even more pragmatic than the Simeone.
I don't know because Simeone slap up some teams in the Liga. So don't say, it's La Liga. You know what I mean? I want a winning manager. Yeah, Ez, question to you. From Craig, he said, would you have Arteta at Chelsea? Yes or no?
I'll take him at Chelsea.
Okay,
I'll take him at Chelsea.
Why would you take him?
Because he's a good coach. He's a good coach.
Do you think he could win you?
Plus, you got young players as well, Ed. You got young players that need coaching.
Could he win you silverware within say 2-3 years?
I think he would win me silverware.
He's won Arsenal silverware.
What? Two plates and a cup.
No.
It's silverware, man.
Literally a spoon. Yeah, but he won that. He won that. No, he won that cup. He won that cup. Emery players. Yeah.
He did it. Yeah, he
won that cup with Emery players, not his own players. Now he's got his own players. Now that he's spent X amount of money. Let's be right, 500+ million. Yeah, some people saying 700, but some people saying 500+ million. He should be doing the business.
But you know what I mean? Norman, some of them players are the players that got you to this level where you are now expecting. Okay, the thing is now you need the players that are going to take you to glory. You need a proper left back, for example. Zinchenko ain't going to do it. You need a striker, one that is on the level of the teams that you're going against. Haaland is Man City's. Liverpool's got firepower all over the gaff. You look at across Europe, you've got world-class strikers, and Arsenal's got Nketiah and Jesus to look to.
Yeah, whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? Giving Nketiah 100,000 and giving him the 14 shirt. Whose fault is that?
No, I hear that
because he's done. Yeah, if you look at it, he's done a similar thing. He's done a similar thing to what Ollie did, like awarding big contracts to bang average players, and I think that's the dilemma that Norman will have, where you look at the bench and you're saying we need to change the game, and no one there realistically or potentially can come on and be as effective as we would like them to be. Where City bring on De Bruyne for 25 minutes and you're like, okay, curtains. And I think that is the difference.
If you look at us, D, when you look at our bench, when you look at our bench, listen, we wonder why, the window is as big as it is, and it's obviously to do with the fact that, PSR, that's the main thing that's really now being laid at every club's feet, and they're very, I'll say cautious now about going and doing business. Now, if Arsenal did the right business, if Arteta said, you know what, rather than going for the giraffe, he could have spent that money on somebody better. We're shouting out, we're crying out for a striker. We're crying out for a striker.
You and me, both know.
Yeah, I know. But listen, we ain't got no money. to do this.
No,
We ain't got no money to do this.
He trusted Jesus too much. I think he was expecting Nketiah to step up because he did it in times. He did at times last season.
You know when the last time Nketiah got an away goal?
God knows. What, against Nottingham Forest? Is that?
No. An away goal is maybe he scored an away goal. Do you know when the last time he scored an away goal?
I don't know.
Against Oxford in 2022.
Yeah, that's really bad. That's almost 2 years ago.
Since the Sheffield United game where he scored an hat-trick and decided he was going to give the ball to the Giraffe to, get the ball and score the fourth goal. You're giving it to Giraffe, a sentimental thing.
Yeah, confidence.
We don't do sentiments. We don't do sentiments at Arsenal, bro.
There's confidence.
Yeah. What happened to his confidence? What happened to his confidence against Liverpool? He started up front. What happened?
I warned you. I did warn you about that.
I know you warned us. Yeah, got away with it. That's what I'm trying to say. You warned us. Yeah. Why is Arteta going out and spending 65 million? I don't care what anybody wants to say. Oh, we brought. He didn't even when he first come in. He didn't even know we wanted to play him. We didn't know if he was a midfielder because we didn't have a replacement for Granit Xhaka. Unfortunately, we got injuries. We got injuries to Timber, whatever.
Some of the recruitment is Edu, and Edu puts his ideas on Arteta a lot. I guess Arteta does greenlight them or not. I don't think Arteta literally wanted Havertz, but he saw something in him that we all can't see for whatever reason, right? And I personally think you are 3 to 4 top players away. Okay, I know you spent a lot already, granted, but you are 3 to 4 players away, and we're having a completely different conversation about Arteta when he has them. Because once he gets them 3 or 4 quality players that nobody can question that these are top players, and he still doesn't do it, then
he's got no hiding place, and
he's got no hiding place. At the moment,
how long do you give? How long? Listen, he's in his 4th year. Okay, so he hasn't won.
So it's fourth full season,
yeah, and he hasn't won a trophy for 4 years. Yeah, because it was in 2020 that he won the FA Cup with Unai Emery's men. Right.
I think you give him till next season. That you have a 5-year plan, don't you? It's a 5-year plan or whatever it was. I know.
Okay. So, all right. If Arteta finishes out the top 4, or he finishes say 10 points. Say Tottenham and Aston Villa finish above us, and we win a trophy, and we're way off. Do you give him and keep him on, or do you sack him?
No.
With the money, with the amount of money that he's spent since he's been at he's been back the most out of any manager that has managed Arsenal.
As long as he finishes top 4 this season, you give him till next season.
Well, listen. I'm telling you this now. He finishes top 4 and he finishes 10 points, 15 points behind Liverpool or Man City. I know they will give him another contract because it's sentiments with them. They're not.
Well, you know what? If he does win the Champions League and he finishes top 4 or top 3, then you got to give him a little bit of credit.
If he wins Champions League? If he wins Champions
League, fantastic.
No, I said win it. If he does well in the Champions League.
Oh, okay.
Everybody can do well in the Champions League.
No, that's not true.
Okay, so we go out at the semi-finals. Yeah, do we get a cup for that?
No. We're not saying that's an achievement.
17 years for 17 straight years. Yeah, get this, guys. 17 straight years.
Yeah,
and in those 17 straight years, we made one final. One final.
That's not Arteta's fault.
Oh, no, I'm not Arteta's fault, but this what's the name of the Arsenal, the club. Yeah, because Wenger come out and said top 4 is a trophy. For 17 years, we believe that. Now, all the other clubs now are following suit now. You have to get top 4 because it brings in the money to generate money and whatnot. Yeah. You can't be in a competition for 17 years. Chelsea have gone and won it. Chelsea have won it 3 times.
Yeah, twice.
Yeah, Man United won it 3 times. Come on. There are standards, man. There are standards, and this club is what 3rd biggest club in this country.
So Arsenal have never won the Champions League, have they?
No, never.
Never.
Or Europa.
Right, there you go.
Or Europa.
Cup Winners' Cup. We go back to 1980.
Way back. That's way back,
isn't it? I can't remember. Yeah.
I was still at school then, I think, or just about leaving.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
I mean, 700. Some people will dispute the 700 million that was spent, but regardless, he spent a lot of money. 4 rebuilds in 4 years, 1 final, bottle top 4, and bottled the league.
You would say that, Norm. He's rebuilt it 4 times. Do you think he's rebuilt that 4 times?
He's rebuilt it
4
No. We're not having that. He had Socrates.
Listen,
no, he had Socrates. No, Norms.
No, he didn't. No, that's what I'm trying to say. After that, after 20, he got rid of apparently all the Joss.
He had David Luiz after Socrates. David Luiz and Mustafi.
Yeah, bro. But I know. But what I'm trying to say, since then, he's had 4 rebuilds. Yeah,
4 rebuilds.
I'm not talking for me. Okay, so when he so he got rid of. When did he get rid of? But I'm talking about in terms of the windows. I'm not talking about years. Yeah, but I'm trying to say, if he's been 4 years, he would have had 8 transfer windows. Would you correct me if am I wrong?
Yeah, but
that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about 4 years of rebuild.
January,
I personally
wouldn't count January like that, because January.
It's hard to do business.
It's the hardest time to get players. It's the hardest time. No one wants to sell this season.
Right.
It's the hardest.
Unless you're Jaden.
Business in January.
Well, unless you're Jaden Sancho.
You know what? Yeah, I would argue, because Liverpool did some good business in January.
Yeah.
But that's not common. It's not common. It's a one in a blue, if you're lucky sort of thing. No one wants to sell a top player mid-season. Who does that? A top player.
No, January, a lot of players this season, everyone want to keep there, because if depending on who you are in the league, you know what I mean, you want to keep your best player.
There's so many factors.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then if you look, I mean, obviously, this window has been like very dead indeed. Right. And like if you look at let's see. So if I look at this one here, so if you look at this year, 2017, 221 million. 2018, 465 million spent. 232 million spent in 2020. 2021, 84 mil. 322 million 2022, and 780 mil in
because of Chelsea.
2020. That was because of Chelsea, because they spent a third. I think they spent in the region of about 300 and something million on transfers in that window. So you can see that. And then when you look at currently 2024, only 34 million has been spent, and probably a lot of it, and that is down to Tottenham, I think. You know what I mean?
Everyone is scared of this FFP right now. Ain't no
absolutely.
And then if you look at it, it's normally like for us now, we have to go and get a lone striker.
Yeah.
Because Martial is having the operation now. 10 weeks, yeah. So you leave Haaland to carry the load to the end of the season. That makes no sense.
Hey, but Martial's going on a free, isn't he? Summer.
Yeah. Yes. He won't keep him.
He's been quite smart, because they were trying to force him out in January. Now, to my understanding, he's been taking some kind of treatment to continue to play. And when he saw them, that's what they try to do to him. His agent said, "Go have that operation. They can't sell you while you're injured." So that 10 weeks takes him pretty much close to the end of the season. And this is because, and this all started again with the manager, where the manager calls him out on the pitch saying that he's not pressing, and he's saying, "How can I press without Rashford and Garnacho?"
Yeah,
one man press. So because he claps back at him in a live game, we ain't seen him since. So he's telling everyone that he was ill. The agent said he wasn't ill. And then when they realized, okay, we're going to get rid of him in the summer, in the January, he said, "No, you weren't. I'm going to stay put on my operation and go for free in the summer." You can't blame him. Whether you love Martial or not, it's a smart move by his agent, because the club want its cake and they want to eat it. I'm not saying the player power thing or whatever, but I look at that and say, you're cussing the man out on the pitch, saying he's not doing his job, when us that know football know that one man cannot press and be effective.
It's impossible. You just get popped around.
Exactly. So you want to just run around and get injured running around, pull a hamstring, because he's the only one chasing down the ball between the goalkeeper and the 2 centre-backs. And it's like, it's just petty. So now he's just played the game. He said, "Nah, this manager ain't punking me like he punked Sancho." I'm getting the operation done. So I can't blame him. People are saying, he's done his dirty. I don't think he has. I think he's just been smart, and his people around him have said to him, well, Kelvin, you know what? There was a point where he was supposed to go, and they gave, I think Ollie gave him the contract extension, and he played his best football under Louis van Gaal, in my opinion. Both him and Rashford played well under Louis. And then Louis was building something, but I think it was too slow for some people. Fans got impatient. He won the FA Cup, he got fired. It was like, okay, what are we doing? He just won the FA Cup. You bring Mourinho in, you know what Mourinho does, 2 years and he blows the spot up. So said, so done. So I can't blame Martial. I hear what you're saying, but for a striker with Martial's skill set, is going to cost you 85 grand upwards, mate.
Because when it's fun, with Martial, that's another one that Man United have handled poorly, because you should have sold him 2 seasons ago, maybe.
Yeah, this is what Calvin's saying, but the thing is to replace Martial's skill set, because his skill set is good, it's his body that's letting him down. He's not a crap player, that's for sure.
Yeah, true.
Right?
True.
So you get him fit and you sell him, just so you get 45, 50 mil for him or thereabouts.
Do you really think you're going to get that? Do you think you're going to get that now? If he was fit?
No, I'm talking about 2 years ago, Norm.
Oh, right. Okay, sorry. Right.
So say we got him fit 2 years ago and sold him for 50 mil.
Yeah.
Tottenham wanted 100 mil for Harry Kane. So we're 50 mil off. So it's like, you know what I mean? You're doomed if you do, you're doomed if you don't. So as much as fans wanted him gone, because he's French, he's moody, he's black, if I can say that. You know what I mean? It's all these horrible narratives, when the truth is you don't really see Martial in the newspapers for nonsense. He don't really get himself too in that, you know what I mean? But his body, it's almost like the Premier League is too physical for his body. He takes a bad tackle, he gets up limping. You think, come on, man, you can't limp every time you get a bad tackle. Run it off, and then next minute he's asking for a sub, and you think, wow. It's one of them. It's a weird one, but what he's done there, he just played United like a fiddle there. He's like, nah, you're not punking me in January, because he saw what happened to Sancho. Yeah. And even in look at Sancho dug his heels in because he hoped that we would have sacked Ten Hag by now. That's why.
Listen.
He said he apologized. Yeah. He apologized to the manager, but he's not apologizing in a press conference. I don't blame him.
Well, listen. Getting into that is a nice little segue into the Man United situation, and with Ineos coming in, and now they've hopefully in the next couple of weeks or so, you'll be getting a new signing, and not one that's going to be on the pitch. This is off the pitch. Berrada, Omar Berrada. He was a CEO at Man City, overseeing 12 clubs for the Man City group. A very, very good CEO. A lot of people were saying that I think something came out on Twitter, which I think some of the fans, the loyal fans, were saying, bro, you were saying about this about Man United and whatever. But so at the end of the day, you've got this guy in. He looks like he could be the one to come in and do a revolution. Now, I think Ez put something on our chat. I don't know, Ez, if you could pull that up. About
their plans.
What was the exact wording?
So this was off a conference or an interview with Sir Jim, and you'll be happy to hear that apparently the Glazers and Jim have reviewed the scope of management, and they're looking to give him more control than they originally agreed on.
To give who? The CEO?
To give Jim more
control, right?
And this involves putting the football side first,
right?
More talks about redevelopment of Old Trafford, getting rid of not just deadwood players, but also executives that have been around a long time, and kind of they're doing a reappraisal process.
Right. So Fletcher, Murto. Should I continue? I want to see where that man's gone. If that's what we're doing, then do it properly.
Well, listen.
Well, I think
clean the house.
I mean, some people are saying it's not a rebuild; it's a revolution. Is it a revolution?
Well, no, it's a revolution if he cleans house. If I see these men just clearing their desk and their cardboard box and just throwing stuff in there, looking proper stroppy, I'll be like, yeah, man, okay, this man's serious about what he's doing. Because you can't move forward with that old guard. And not only that,
absolutely.
Someone's got to speak to Fergie and say, Sir Alex, with all due respect, sir, your time was your time. Because he has way too much influence.
Yeah.
And a lot of Man United fans don't like me saying this, but a lot of this mess is on him. I heard a podcast say that Ferguson mashed up Man United over horse sperm. You hear me? Right. That's what he did to my club. Because them owners weren't going anywhere until Ferguson mashed up that runnings. So I look at that and I say, yeah, you got a lot to answer for, man. He got the Glazers in. It wasn't any of the managers. Ferguson ended up getting the Glazers in because he mixed his horsey business with Man United business. They should never have been mixed. And the fallout was huge. To these owners, they want to work with him. They're like, nah, we're not working. If this guy's still the manager, we ain't working with him. Okay, we'll sell. And then that's when what's his name came in and brokered the deal with the other one that was stealing all the money. Woodward. That's when Woodward came in and brokered the deal for the Glazers to load that debt onto the club. A lot of people forget this. This all starts with Fergie. So I look at that. Clean the house, man. I don't mind. Clean the house. I don't care.
Is that including Fergie as well?
What I'm saying is, Fergie don't need to be on the
as a silent board.
Norms. Allegedly, I'm going to say allegedly. I'm not trying to get you cancelled. Allegedly, Ferguson is pulling a light $4 million a year. $4 million for what? He was the highest paid Premier League manager for nearly a decade. And he's on $4 million a year to be in the stands and jumping on the plane and jumping on the team bus. What are we doing here? It's a proper job for the boys that I don't like. That's why City and you guys and I'm watching Tottenham now, Liverpool. That's why they're pulling away from us.
But they're not
jobs for the boys. They're like.
But I'm trying to say it looks like it looks like Ineos Group was coming in to clean house. And if that happens and everything goes to plan, where do you see yourselves if the trajectory of your club with the way things are going and if JR goes through the process and gets rid of who he needs to get rid of and brings in the right people like Berrada, and the way Berrada has acted as a CEO, do you see your clubs now getting back to old Man United? Listen, there's a lot of work to be done. Where do you see yourself, say, 2 or 3 year season times? Because it's not going to just happen overnight.
No. So you have to give us 2 seasons, which sounds really crazy, to start competing again. A lot of fans won't like that. Just to start competing again. I'm not saying beating these mans, just to start competing again. But by season 4, if Arsenal, Liverpool, or Man United beats by 1 point to win the title, I'm okay with that. Because now I know that we're there or thereabouts, and the odd mistake cost us the title rather than we are 15 points behind, finishing second. So we got to say realistically, if he cleans house, you have to say 4 years, which is still, because you have to remember, this is 10 years now in the wilderness.
Exactly.
When it comes to the title,
14 years.
So 14, 15 years to win our first title.
Yeah,
if he cleans house.
Your fans are going to have to be patient.
If we don't clean house, then boy, we're just going to keep going around on the merry-go-round. Every 2.5 years, manager gets fired. And we go again. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat.
I heard that you guys are linked with De Zerbi from Brighton. That's something that could happen possibly. Would you like him at your club? Could he do something with your club? Or is he just one of those...
Well, you remember a few weeks ago, Norman, we spoke about the man before the man. So maybe De Zerbi could be the man before the man. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, but it sounds like De Zerbi is a personal friend as well.
I heard something like that.
He's proper linked up with the man. If he got the call, he wouldn't hesitate to say, Brighton, listen, man, it's been beautiful. but United are calling.
Yeah.
And whatever compensation they work it out. So it's going to be interesting to see whether whether that is done. I think Eric Ten Hag knows that is in the balance now. He knows, because I think once they start clearing the top and the football structure gets in, they're going to look at that squad and say, right, who can we move on in the summer? And trust me, they've been watching the training as well. They've been watching the body language. They'll bring their analysts in to just analyze people unknowingly. And I think Ten Hag knows now he can't stop. He has to stop upsetting players as well. Play everybody in their right positions and see what we do.
Yeah.
And you remember a few weeks ago I said, take Haaland out the middle, put him on the right. I was going to say play Martial now, but Martial, he said, nah, 10 weeks, allow it. So now, there's a rumor about Benzema. Now, I was like, would I take Benzema for 6 months long? Remember, it's just 6 months.
It's the wages, mate.
Yeah, but we pay big wages anyway. You got.
I know, but are you going to pay £1 million a week?
Nah, but yes, they can pay for it. If he wants to play football, come to us and we'll pay him like $450 for 6 months. And maybe you can teach Haaland a thing or two. That's the only way I would take Benzema. It's like
so
you want
as
6 months
same thing.
football.
I think for both clubs, if it doesn't happen, we're obviously going to have to find internal solutions. Yeah, and that means that both managers will have to start digging deep in terms of coming out and being proper coaches and looking at ways in which we can change things up. Because Arteta he doesn't, and
even even gambling and dragging a youth striker out of there.
Yeah,
because we could get that desperate now where we have to say, right, who's our top youth under 21 striker? Right, he's now in the first team squad.
Yeah,
he's going to travel, he's going to train, and we're going to give him moments and see, because sometimes that happens. You give someone moments and he just bits and you didn't see it coming. If you look at Kobe Mino, I think Kobe Mino is class. He just hasn't had Casemiro to learn from. He's been playing without Casemiro. No point playing with Wembley, McSauce and the other one.
Well, they're looking to extend McSauce's contract. So see, and that's what you're saying. It's about getting the old guard out. But listen, there's rumors that they're trying to extend his contract.
And this is further influence, Norm. Trust me on that. Because if you think about it, McSauce goes, we got no Scottish players at Man United. Think about it, not one.
Well,
I think we got one. No, we got two in the 21s, I think. But in the senior squad, he's the only Scottish player in the senior squad.
Well,
so Ferguson will.
The Athletic just reported about an hour ago, Man United staff told today Glazers and Ineos have reflected previous arrangement of football arrangements, and the scope will now influence key business matters, meaning that the Glazers will become more of a silent partner.
Yeah, this is what they'll do. They'll just give him off the commercial. That's it. And then the United fans won't be Glazers out, because the Glazers will not be around for Glazers to be out. Even though the fans will still be Glazers out, but they think by doing this, it shifts the abuse to Sir Jim. These men think they're smart, These are just they're money men. They don't.
Well, it depends now. If Sir Jim really gets to call shots on football operations,
right,
then they're not going to call for his head if they can see he's being proactive. Or
true.
Of their head. It's a win-win.
But I think the Glazers have done that to take that abuse off themselves.
Yeah, that's what they would want. Yeah.
So well, we're not in charge of the football. It's very easy to say, isn't it? We're not in charge of the football side of the club.
Yeah.
I think so. Them saying, "Go on, Sir Jim, go on, knock yourself out, mate. You have it," because there's rumours that he's gonna. I think Jason was saying that he's gonna end up having around 35% in the end after some more manoeuvres that have been going on. That he's gonna have 35% of, because he's gonna buy whatever was left off the A and B stocks or something like that.
Do you think eventually? Listen, I mean, there's this thing about the Qatar guys. Is it the Qatar guys, isn't it?
Yeah, Qatar, yeah.
Were originally in, and they were saying that apparently they didn't have the money to
proof of the money.
And
And
you
see the clap back, no.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah.
He's cut back any. Like he's filing procedures with the New York Stock Exchange and something else, SSC. And I'm thinking, this is a circus.
Yeah.
Like he's not even involved allegedly, but now because
Man
they're pulling out,
Man United,
briefing, isn't it?
Man United were capped at 2.6 billion. I think that was the cap in terms of what the club was worth. Yeah.
In the market norm, the market cap,
yeah. But obviously the Glazers
wanted more.
And wanted more, and that was confusing you as a Man United fan to say, well, look, these guys are gonna buy Man U, pay off the debt, fix up the training ground, fix up the ground, and have money to go out and buy players. Now it sounds crazy because obviously, if you look at the Newcastle situation, they've got the richest owners, and yet they can't. You know, they're in the process of trying to maybe offer players. I don't think it's going to happen this January, but. Why is it? And this whole FFP and the sustainable rules is obviously hampering the fact that Newcastle can't spend because of previous years. Because obviously when they look at their books, they can say actually you weren't making the money, you losing more money than you was making. And so even though they've got the money, because owners can only take I think it's something like 30 million a season that owners can put in their put in their hands in the pocket and go right. I put this towards either a signing or doing something, to the infrastructure of the club or whatever. That's what owners allowed to put in their pockets. Now, Newcastle do that, and probably even now with JR, he could probably do that. But it's because of this PRC and the worrying thing about it, and I think this is the really kind of frustrating thing about this, because if Arsenal was to maybe go out and get a Benzema, and then we pull it off and everybody's all happy. Come season, they go, right, show us your books. You're breaking some rules here. 10-point deduction. Look, you've got to look at Everton. They're now being charged a second time. Nottingham Forest is all hanging in there at the moment. So I think a lot of clubs have been really cautious over this year. And I don't think, maybe towards the end of the window, you'll probably see it won't be as big. I don't think we'll hit the. Look, we've got a week to go.
Because people want to spend. People want to spend bigger in the summer. Now,
absolutely, yeah.
As much as there's titles on the line and them things there, you're not going to spend big now and risk not being able to spend in the summer. Yeah. So all of them 50 million, 100 million signings, whatever you might be trying to do, you're not going to do it in Jan unless it's one of them players that you need, and you're not going to get him in the summer. Like a Tottenham. So
in your situation, because I know you guys are fantastic at buying and selling and whatnot. So my thing is, you haven't really moved for anybody. There's talk about you're linked with the strike and with this and linked to that. Is it the same situation for you guys, like in terms of your FFP and also the profit and sustainable rules as well? Is that
FFP were fine. Chelsea can prove they've made money in the last 3 years.
I think we've all seen that. I think we've all seen that. Yeah.
FFP wise, we're fine, especially with this loophole and amortization. Yeah. However,
but that's obviously stopped now. They've got Bowley.
No. Anything that had gone through previously is fine.
Yeah, but I'm saying now.
Anything going forwards is capped at 5 years, not 7 and 8.
Yeah.
Although Chelsea's found a loophole about that, I'll explain that later. I'll explain that one later.
I was gonna say you cheating, but listen, I might get.
No, well, I'll tell you quickly. We've just bought another club. So what's happening is they're using the other club to buy the players, and they somewhere between the ownership, they decide if they're going to become a Chelsea player 2 years into their contract. Or
South American club.
There you go. Fantastic. So you can still split the money because it's not coming out of Chelsea's.
I wish we had some good accountants in our club, mate.
I told you these men are billionaires for a reason. These men are just taking the mick out of UEFA and they're billionaires for a reason.
But this is what I was saying to you about. Just say like you bring a manager in and you're going to pay him $6 million a season. You say, okay, well, the club are going to pay you 3. Adidas are going to pay you 2, and then Jeep are going to pay you the 1.5 mil. That's what they're doing, though. These men think they're slick. Yeah. That's exactly it. So now we didn't pay him. It wasn't us. Adidas paid him that.
Yeah. Precisely. No, you've got it.
It's clever, man. It's clever.
It's very clever. It's very clever. And so that's another way. That's another way around it. So even Chelsea, we've bought no players, but if you look carefully, go look at Strasbourg. They bought 3 or 4 18, 19-year-olds. They go into 20 million. Strasbourg ain't got no 20 million. You go through their last signings for the last 5 years. The highest they spent on a player is about 7, 8 million. All of a sudden, 25 million from this guy from Serbia, 10, 15 million from this guy from Brazil. Yeah, but it's not getting reported as Chelsea. Fabrizio ain't saying here we go for them ones, you know. Yeah,
right.
You see, but okay. So you've got what? How many clubs you got? How many clubs you've got?
We've only got that one that we own.
Right, Man City.
We've got feeder clubs.
I know. Listen, 12. They've got 12. They've got 12. Yeah.
City's doing the same.
Yeah, right. Listen.
I think we've got 2 feeder clubs, Norm.
You got feeder clubs,
but now, and you've got to add Nice now. But there's rumours that he's going to sell Nice to use that money to push into United for development.
You see where Tevez came from? Boca Juniors.
Yeah, that's
Man
right.
United are looking to buy them.
Are they?
Man, he's already inquired. So
the revolution. The revolution is coming, D.
I'm telling you, man.
He's looking to buy them. And Chelsea are looking to do a stake in Sporting, where Bruno came from.
Right.
Oh.
So that's
Lisbon,
the one that we've got in France. So apparently he wants one in France, one in Portugal, one in Spain, and one in Brazil. Right. So just so that spread out.
I need to know. What our club is doing right now.
Because if you look at it, and like it's your talent ID is literally worldwide.
You send your scouts out there. You treat it like a sister club basically. And already,
you know what the thing is, the way business is done now. You know, back in the day. So if you go back to like, especially in the January window, or even say like the last sort of week or couple of days before you start buying, where clubs would go crazy and sort of go, we haven't bought anything because they're waiting for prices to drop now. But what they do, buying. But what they're doing now is they've got so many scouts and they've got so many different systems to analyze the players and all that now. You know what I mean? And now what you've just saying is about, you've got a club like Strasbourg,
right. Yeah. So all you got to say, Norm, right? Yeah, we'll take them 2 on loan from Strasbourg. They're potentially your own players. Yeah. Yes, Alvin, that's one, bro. But they're potentially your players anyway. But you get them on loan because of the way the system works.
Well, think about it. Bring them back. These guys are looking at the likes of Haalands and Szoboszlais and all them guys that have come from, what's it called? What's the other one called? Salzburg and the Red Bull group. The Red Bull group, and how they've done it. RB, flipping players, and they're saying, all right, I'm going to pick up a Neymar from Santos, 20 million, get him to cook in France, and if he's really cooking, bring him to Chelsea first team. If he's not, if he's kind of cooking to the level where someone's willing to pay more than we paid for him, that's profit in our books.
Yeah.
So already, for example, Norman, we took someone from your academy for free, Amari Hutchinson, 18 years old, took him from you.
Yeah, already, the fan base weren't happy about that, but
already Ipswich are willing to pay us 25 million for him. That's profit, raw profit. One season.
Listen, we had it earlier on today. As we was going backwards and forward in terms of how Chelsea do their business, and even to a degree, Liverpool. You know what I mean? Yeah. Selling players that you never heard of, but yet they made profit on them. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then you look at our 2 clubs, D, Arsenal and Man United. We're letting players run their contract down,
right.
and then
giving them away for nothing. Yeah. And then we wonder why we can't.
But this is the thing, no.
It frustrates me because if we was to be, I think clubs look at Man United and Arsenal and go, right, okay, we'll take your player. Like we will spend over the odds, But when we come to sell our players, we either give it away for free or they're giving you some measly money for it, which is ridiculous.
But if you look at if we're led to believe that West Ham were going to pay 30 million a pop for Slaven and Matsource, and we sniffed at it, that's 60 million for players that are not going to win us a title.
And there's a potential
Let's be honest.
say you got that 60 million, because obviously you could have either, because your club procrastinates so much, that 60 mil that you would have probably got. Yeah, exactly. And you could have gone out and got a decent top class striker or whatever you needed. And that's the same with us. Our thing is that we went and got the giraffe. Yeah,
you could have put a hold on Højlund. Use the money that you paid for Højlund and some of that 60 million to go and just tell Kane to just pack his bags and come up.
Exactly.
And
it was so simple, wasn't it? If you think about it, simple to us.
Listen, guys, wouldn't it be funny? Wouldn't it be funny? Bayer Leverkusen, where Granit Xhaka is currently.
Yeah, you say that, no.
Sitting 7 points clear at the top of the Bundesliga. Yeah,
if he wins the league,
Harry Kane has unbeaten, bro.
He has to come home, man. He has to come home.
Apparently, I don't know how true it is. It could be just paper talk, but apparently Harry Kane is pining to go back to Tottenham because of the football that's going on. Listen,
if he goes back to Tottenham,
he wouldn't.
Yeah,
that would just be a backwards
They would
step,
expect that. Yeah, he
because they've changed their system totally.
Exactly. Because they don't have him.
Yeah.
But it's like anything, though. It's like anything. You know, when they're overpaying, it's like anything. If someone thinks you can afford it, then you overpay. I had an incident where traffic wardens booking all these cars, and the two in front and two behind weren't booked. I was ticketed. He says, "Mate, you're driving an X5 BMW, mate. You can afford it."
Yeah, that's cheeky.
That's what he did to me.
For
the grace of God.
It wasn't. No, D.
I'd have knocked him out.
D, listen. It had nothing to do with. Listen. It had nothing to do with the BMW. He was wearing a Man United shirt.
I probably was, mate. Yeah, but it's why, because I'm looking around, right, and I'm saying, "Why me?" He said, "Oh, apparently you was parked here first." What?
No, that's cheeky,
you're driving that, so you can afford the ticket, basically. And it's like that. It's like that in the football. If they look at the big club and say, "Well, they can afford to overpay." They're Arsenal, they're Man United, they're Tottenham, they're Liverpool. So that's how the world works. That you overpay when you don't really want to, or that's why you can't sometimes put the pressure on the player because of the price tag. It's more about the wages for me. Okay, so we overpaid for you. Now we're paying you 250k a week, and you're still not performing. Then I'm going to get in my feelings because I'm saying I can't control what they paid for you, but you got to perform on that money.
D, what I would say to you now is, now that Ineos group is in there, it looks like things are moving in the right direction, which is a positive thing.
You'd like to think so, no, wouldn't you?
Yep, it's a positive thing. And if things move in the direction, as I said, it could be a 4-year process before you get to where you need to get to. So I think, you look at what's happening now, and hopefully now you will see minute changes. You know what I mean? That could happen with, Eric Ten Hag possibly winning
and
the
that's
summer.
Why you can't.
If you don't.
And Sheena keeps telling me, stop getting emotionally involved with these guys. You're not earning them big monies. Because that's what I do sometimes. Just get emotionally involved with the performances. And I was like, you know what? Because Saeed was saying the other day that obviously Saeed got a season ticket at Old Trafford, but he said the average ticket, when you average out the ticket prices at Old Trafford for the home games, they're 60 quid for the Premier League, and then they go up for Champions League. 60 quid for an average ticket. Your average working man's supposed to spend 60 quid without buying a program or a hot dog and
plus food. You're paying for the family.
Yeah. So a family. I mean, when I used to go up a lot with my brother, there was a family of 4 that had 4 season tickets, but the son and daughter didn't always go. So we used to get their tickets, and obviously he knew my brother through the law work. He gave him, sort him out. But even then, by the time we used to press up from Southeast, I live in Southeast London. My brother was living in West London. I go pick him up. We press to Manchester. Find somewhere because then I'm driving a 5 Series BM. So I'm DJing about where I'm going to park this car, innit? So I'm parking it somewhere nice, which is costing me money, then getting a cab to Old Trafford. Because I didn't want to park it anywhere near the ground. Because I was thinking, dodgy. You know what I mean? So when I started thinking petrol money, ticket money, like I said, this is an expensive day out. And I know that Man United is not the most expensive when it comes to season tickets or tickets from the scouts or whatever when you get down there. You know what I mean? The money they're making, Norman, is scandalous. So the players got to perform when your working class people are going and spending their hard-earned money to watch you at Old Trafford week in, week out. Now that's why the fans just get disgruntled now. So I'm not saying abuse the players or human beings, but I get where the fans just say, no, you can't be on 300k a week, and you're
well, listen, let's hope that the idiots group changes that narrative for Man United and your club moves forward. Do you know what I mean? And it's the same for our clubs in the sense of us, you know, doing the right recruitment. You know what I mean? And listen, if we fall off this year, I think it's time to change that. That's my personal opinion. And that's what I'm going to stick with. I just want to quickly go on to the Pool. Kofi's got his camera and thingy locked off. But I just want to touch on the Pool in terms of you know, them doing it without the talisman. He's obviously injured. Obviously, he was in AFCON. He got injured, so you know he's not going to be around for a month or so. There's a little bit of contention between, you know, the club country thing, you know, and the fact that, you know, they brought him back home for treatment and all of that stuff and whatever. But listen, they made it. Listen, how's a team making it through to the knockout stages with 3 points? 3 points, you know. 3 points, right, to get to the knockout stage, and that was because a certain team called Ghana, Mr. Coffee Clock, what did, bro? Yeah. What happened to him? You're 2-0 up, and listen, in the end, they had to get rid of him.
I don't know what's going on with Ghana, but boy, they forfeited that game because
absolutely ridiculous.
But you know what, Norm? The standard of the goalkeeper.
Is Ivory Coast out as well? Sorry, is Ivory
Coast? Ivory Coast.
Yeah, they're out as well. Yeah.
Wow, you know, and that's where they're hosting it as well.
But Kofi, I was hearing that the highest seeded third team could go into the knockouts if you finished with the most points.
I thought it was just the first two.
No, but apparently
would it go on goals scored then?
Something like that, yeah. But I don't know if that obviously it didn't work out for you guys. But they were saying there's going to be at least, I think it's two or three teams or two teams that will get to go into the knockout.
But I think Ghana are out. I think Ghana
are the best result for third.
But I think Ghana are out though.
So Ghana finished third or fourth?
Third, and they've sacked the coach as well.
And I heard today they sacked the coach today. Yeah.
So you know what I mean.
But you see, Ghana is so similar to Jamaica, you know, guys. In the culture, the food style, all this. I watched this blog, right? And a guy from Ghana, he's gone to Jamaica, and they serve him ackee and saltfish, and he was like, "We don't cook that. This is a poisonous fruit, but it's a poison if you understand ackee that if you let it do something."
With Maya?
I'm trying to remember. I stumbled on it. I don't know how I stumbled on it. I was watching it, and it was really good. And he said, we are so similar in the cultures. It's almost like man's got taken from Ghana and brought to Jamaica, and then the culture just continued in Jamaica. And I was like, see, it was a good one. But he clapped the ackee and saltfish, man. He loved it. and he's thinking it's got to be a business idea because we're not really eating that back home. Because
bro, you're making me feel hungry about this ackee and saltfish. Enough talk about the ackee and saltfish. Let's get back on track. Just basically say, listen, can the Pool go on and do the business? You know what I mean? They're currently sitting, 5 points clear of Man City, you know? Arsenal. Obviously,
they got game in hand.
They got game in hand. Nunes, Darwin Noodles. I think now, does he deservedly now need to be called Nunes, or is he still Darwin Noodles for some people? Because listen, he
causes havoc.
Yeah, he does. He definitely.
A lot of players, a lot of defenders.
He definitely does.
And you got to just let him do what he needs to do, because obviously, in front of goal, he's not going to be as prolific as a Haaland. He's not going to be like a Kane. He's just going to be Darwin Nunes, his style.
And you don't know. You just don't know what he's a chaotic player.
Yeah. He's playing him on the left now, isn't he, as well? I think
but then what Klopp does is smart. But Klopp did in that game against, I can't remember where they came from. Fulham. No, not the Fulham game, where he moved into the middle. It was the Bournemouth game. No, it wasn't the Bournemouth game. It was the game before where he was playing down the left and he moved into the middle and they come out and won the game.
That was Burnley.
Burnley, you're right. Burnley game. Yeah. But the thing was, as I said, with Darwin Nunes, 20 goals in all competition. 20 goals, 10 goals. Yeah, first guy to reach that. All good for him. Do you know what I'm trying to say? and that's not bad. 10 goals and 10 assists. You've got Jota, the most clinical striker, in that Liverpool side. I would even put him over Salah, even though Salah's got the output, because Jota obviously gets injured quite a lot.
But Salah does play more than him though as well.
Like, I get that, but that's because but a lot of the times is because Jota is injured, and
but you can see how versatile Jota is, because Jota's been moved over to the right.
Yeah.
So,
and I mean, he scored a very good goal in that Bournemouth game, and that Bournemouth game was touch and go. First off, I'm thinking normally, Liverpool, they start off fast, score the goals and whatever, but they looked pretty normal, ordinary to say the least. And
first half, I was sweating because we were.
Yeah, absolutely. Solanke wasn't playing; he wasn't expert. I think he's carrying a slight injury. But second half,
I had hopes for him.
Yeah, but you know what? I give Konate his flowers because he was immense defensively.
Respect. Solid, wasn't he? Solid, wasn't he?
Knocked down, blocked. He put his body on the line, everything.
Yeah, would you say Konate? Because even in the cup game, the FA Cup game against us, again, I think he was absolutely superb.
Yeah,
absolutely superb.
Yeah.
As a centre back pairing for the French league, French team, would you say Konate and Saliba would be better than Konate and what's the other French defender? Who's the other guy? It's not what's the guy that plays alongside?
Upamecano.
Yeah. Upamecano and Upamecano and Konate, or Konate and Saliba
Konate Saliba would be the one.
Yeah. But
at the moment, Upamecano's getting.
He's getting a lot of it.
I think it's only because he's at the bigger club.
Yeah, Mercado and
where's he at? Is that Madrid? Is he at Madrid? Is he at Madrid? Upamecano. Where's he? Madrid.
He's at Bayern.
Oh, Bayern, right? Yeah.
Mercano and Konate played together at Leipzig, so they have an understanding. But Saliba, right now, and
in my
Konate,
opinion, out of all of them, Upamecano has the mistake in him. Out of all of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, when he was in the Champions League, man, I was thinking, what's this man? What's this guy?
Yeah, but this is the other thing, though, Nob. Saliba ain't getting me the fantasy league points that Gabriel's getting me. How about that? He ain't though. That's the truth, man. He's annoying me. He gets booked.
Don't dig me out, man. What are you digging me out, man? What's wrong with you? Yo, don't dig me out my man now. Yeah,
I'm sticking with Saliba, you know.
You blame Arteta.
Just remember, I don't have a single Man United defender in my fantasy league.
No Mo Salah slander. No Mo Salah slander. He scored. Mo Salah scored on his Chelsea debut against Arsenal when we won 6-0.
God.
There you go.
Listen, I'm going to end the stream now, right?
End the stream, babe.
End the stream.
You know what?
You didn't have to mention that. You didn't have to mention that.
I was actually surprised that Salah actually had 3 seasons at Chelsea, but his
did he go on loan? Did he go on loan?
No, he went to. He only played one of them seasons. He went on.
Yeah, but did he go on loan? Did he go on loan to Roma?
He went to Roma and Fiorentina.
He went to Fiorentina first before Roma.
I remember going to Roma. I didn't know when.
I do remember Fiorentina, but then it was Roma where he came alive, and then that's when he was.
Jose had something to say about all of that, because last month he done an interview with Obi Mikel on his podcast, and they were like, "Oh, why did you all these players you let go of? De Bruyne, and he's now a top player. Salah is a top player." And Jose said, "Look, it's either you stay with me and you wait, or you go somewhere else. But you don't understand. If I send you somewhere else, it's because I know you're gonna do well.
Yeah.
But I can't wait on you. Chelsea, we're winning titles now.
Yeah,
it's up to you."
So the players ahead of those guys at the time, man, they're like international.
It was the same for De Bruyne.
Yeah,
the same for De Bruyne.
But you know what? The same Same for Pogba the first time round. Everyone said, Fergie got rid of him. Fergie didn't get rid of him. Fergie said, I can't guarantee your first team football. So his agent said, well, go then because Juventus are going to guarantee your first team football. And he went and won there, which is cool. But then, the whole thing about overpaying him and bringing him back, I think that's where we messed up, really. It's like, hold on.
Yeah, and
maybe
from
we
there
don't
on in,
do that.
From there on in, Graham Souness just dug his neck into women.
As you see, has he retired, Graham? You don't really see him on much now. Is he retired?
No, he's retired, isn't he? He's in terms of retired.
I was thinking, I don't see him.
He comes on Talk Sport every now and again, and he was even. I think he was even digging out Pogba on that as well. You know, he doesn't like Pogba. He just doesn't like Pogba.
He hates him, yeah.
But listen, let's go back to Kofi.
But you know what? Going back to the question, Liverpool still have a lot of work to do to win the title. We've got Chelsea coming up in the next couple of games. We got
some big games
next weekend. We got Chelsea.
Next weekend. Arsenal, yeah.
And then we
got.
But is that
at the Emirates? Arsenal at the Emirates.
That. So at the Emirates, and they want to redeem themselves from losing. So
if you win them 2 games,
you're winning
it's game on, bro. It's game on. If you win at Chelsea,
so you're saying Chelsea are going to Anfield.
Yeah, Chelsea are coming to.
If they win them 2 games,
so you win those 2 games. Okay, so what you're saying if Liverpool beat Chelsea, then do you play Chelsea first before you play us?
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
That's the
2 games. Two
back-to-back games.
To be honest, we've got a lot of home games against the top teams. So we've got City at home. We've got Spurs. We got there's some spicy games coming.
Yeah, some hard ones to call there.
So Kofi, to answer that question, you're doing it without the talisman, but then you brought in this thing of you've got some tough games at home, and possibly one tougher game away at the Emirates, Do you think after those fixtures that you guys will still be on that surfboard riding that crest? And do you think that if you do win those games, a City one, I don't know, but if you do win it, I think Liverpool going to win the league.
Yeah, you know what? It's game by game right now, and I just want us just to win whatever means we win the game, even if it's rugged. We win the game. I just want us to win game.
Because I got Liverpool friends, right? All they telling me, nah, D, don't be hyping us, man. I be like, come on, man, you got to back. How can I back your team and you're backing your team? That makes no sense, man.
Yeah,
we're backing his team. Respect Kofi. Back
14 game run right now, and we got the meanest defense. So I've got to back my team.
Okay, fair enough. But as I said, the blue shark is coming. The blue shark is coming,
and that's the only thing that may do them, innit, Norm?
Yeah,
the squad depth.
And the squad depth, for the fact that you're still in 4 competitions, you're still in the Carabao Cup. The likelihood is that you'll probably go through tonight against Fulham. At the moment, I don't know what the score is.
Look at the injury list.
Oh, no, here we go.
No, you don't get to talk about that. You don't get to talk about that.
No, man, stop it. Don't come with that, man.
No. We ain't got no. Okay, Robertson is coming back. Yeah, I think it's in the lineup.
Trent shouldn't be too long back.
But we've got no right back. We've got Slobshi's injured. Endo's down on Asian Cup. Who else?
Obviously Salah.
Yeah, Salah. So Salah.
Yeah, but bro, I said you're doing it right. Your talisman. You guys, right? Have only lost one. Let me just get this straight. You've only lost 1 game, right?
That's right. Yeah,
1 game all season.
1 game. Yeah.
I don't want to hear about. No.
So
injuries.
They're more than consistent. Liverpool more than consistent.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. When my guys are telling me,
you know what it is that you've got a balance side. Van Dijk is finding his form again. Konate, 2 top defenders. I mean, at one time I was saying Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes, but now it's Konate and Van Dijk. Then you've got your front 3, Jota scoring now. Nunes starting to score. Obviously Salah's injured, but when he comes back, hopefully you hit the ground running. So you've got a nice balance, and then obviously you fix your midfield to a degree. Endo is finding his form. Obviously, Source is out injured at the moment, but you're doing well.
What you have to understand is Klopp has a group of players that trust him.
Yeah, 100%. And he's an elite manager. And he's an elite manager as well.
Whatever he does, if he says we're changing this right now, what formation we're going to do for the second half?
I don't know. People in the chat and yourselves. It's the one thing I know about Klopp is that if he goes down the tunnel and the team is played really bad and they go down the tunnel, either 0-0 or maybe a 1 goal down or whatever. Last season was, I'm not going to call it an anomaly, but, I think that was purely down to the fact that you'd lost, like, you had an aging midfield and, you needed to fix that. And obviously, injuries come into that as well. But one thing about Klopp, when he goes in and he says, right, ain't working, I need to now make some changes in terms of formation or whatever, comes out, it works. Arteta, for me, doesn't do that. It's like for like. I'm just saying, listen, Ez, would it be, listen, if we now find internal solutions, Saka cutting back, they've worked him out. My man doesn't have the space to run into the back. Martinelli, Odegaard, at the moment, he's less resistant. You've got the giraffe who's just frightened to score or hit the ball, and then obviously you've got Chichenko who cuts, he's not a very good defender. What I'm saying, is why not then, somebody said on another podcast, why not swap Martinelli where Martinelli, who can shoot with his right foot and cross with his right foot, and Saka can cross with his left foot, you then say, okay, then maybe put the giraffe up front, because they've got balls with Freddie. Because what's happening is that they're cutting back and playing the ball back, and so everything is slowed down. So the opposition team now has time to reset, and we just find it hard to break. And because they're doubling up, listen, Roy Hodgson came out and said, even though they got slapped 5-0 at the weekend, he said his thing is, I'm going to double up on Saka and double up on Martinelli. But Martinelli, it was Trossard obviously starting the game. But
if you see, Norm, are you not concerned about Saka? Because
of course I'm concerned. He's dropped off. He's dropped off. And it's because Arteta insists on playing him all the time, even with an injury. He's dropped Martinelli. Saka's probably, I think, played worse than Martinelli. He will keep Saka on. He will keep Saka on. Do you know what I mean?
But the thing is that Liverpool can mix it up and play rough and play a long ball and come into Núñez or come short through Elliott, through McAllister and Gakpo, and we can switch it around different ways. So we can't win predictably. Like every game, it's a different thing.
Exactly, and that's a problem with Arsenal. We're too predictable, and that's why we're easy to play against this season.
But even when we knew 9 out of 10 last season, I could tell you your lineup before. Before the lineup.
Yeah, it's too predictable, isn't it? Yeah.
I could tell you that last season. I can definitely tell you that this season, definitely. But the difference was last season you were on the front foot. You were playing front foot football. Now you're trying this controlled football. Which it's controlled, which is good, but it's no point if you're not going to put a dent in your opponents. And yes, you did that last game. 4-0 was a bit of a statement game. But you haven't done that enough this season. So
Man City play control football, but play at the next level. Okay, Man City play control football. They take risks, they play at a level and more clinical in front of goal than we are. And so that's what we need to address. Arteta needs to address that. He needs to address that. Why is it that when Odegaard is in the box, he has to take an extra touch? Last season, he was eating the ball.
He does too much cute stuff.
He was hitting the ball. Last season, he was hitting the ball. This season, he wants an extra touch. You know what I mean?
I still feel, and you might not agree, but I still think you miss Xhaka. And
I said that last week.
I 100% agree with
you. Last week I said that.
It was the weirdest time to tell him. You should have sold him when he fell out. When he fell out with your fans.
But then Arteta came in and said, "Listen, you know, I want you to be my captain. Obviously, he didn't make him captain straight away, but he sort of brought it back into the side and integrated him back into the side.
He's kind of got that grit in his teeth, although it cost you at time with the red card nonsense he did. But that side of his game was less last season.
Yeah, and that's what we lost. I think there's a bit of a soft belly with us this season.
Yeah, in that midfield, Declan Rice is your only.
And now you got Declan Rice with a possible hamstring problem because the way Eze twisted him up the Emirates.
Yeah.
He's a bad boy.
I'll take Eze or Elise. Two brilliant players.
I can see both of them going in the summer.
And the
for a lot of money as well.
Thing is, we know the situation with Crystal Palace. That obviously they brought out the banners. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you saw that.
They want Royalton. I don't know whether there's a chance that Graham Potter could come in and do whatever.
He was there with his boys, Norman.
I know. Yeah,
he was in the stand with his two sons. Yeah, I was like, man, like Graham Potter, you know.
Yeah. But listen, let me we kind of. So what I would say is, do you think if Liverpool get through those fixtures that Kofi spoke about, do you think that there's a very good chance that they could go on and win the league?
It puts them in a very comfortable driving seat, Norm. Yeah, and I think only injuries after that. I mean, City will push them because you remember Liverpool, lost by 2 points and 1 point to City.
Yeah,
in the chasing. So it's what I'm saying. So that don't surprise me. But then you man can still surprise us, Arsenal, and you actually can't write off Tottenham either.
Listen, at the moment, whilst it's what they called it, mathematically, right?
Possible, yeah.
Which it is. Is we're 5 points behind you guys. Yeah. You know what I mean? As I said, we play you. We need to beat you because if we lose that game or draw that game, that's not good. That's not good for us. And obviously, tough game. Listen, I'm not going to just go down on Forest and think, they'll push over. They're going to be tough to play against. Listen, they've got a couple of players missing AFCON. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's gone AFCON, though, isn't it, Alanga?
No, he's playing. Is Alanga? Is he got AFCON? I don't think.
I thought he went AFCON. I can't remember.
No, but either way, I'm not going to. Yeah, either way, I'm not going to go up there and take them for granted. Do you know what I mean? So it is what
Gibbs
it is.
White and them boys. Gibbs White.
Yeah. No, proper thing. Right, the last thing I would just want to say, and this is quickly because I've got a meeting in about 10 minutes and I need to get off.
Cool.
Just the two there was two refereeing situations. That was the Brentford game where I
bet Tony.
Ivan Toney, being back, comes back after 8 months and does a little thing, moves the foam, foam gate. Yeah, and I think who said this one? Was it Jason? I think that said this one. So I'm just going to quickly show you this, share this screen because Jason did some digging.
Yes, he did about the.
Here is foam gate. Okay, so just quickly, as you can see, Nottingham Forest, 2 free kicks, and they moved the ball once. So they're writing to the PGMLO. Somebody needs to write to them.
Yeah, true. Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Somebody needs to write to them about that. We moved it. Yeah. But the worst ones is Man City.
Yeah.
Look at that. 8 times,
And 8 times.
These are the fine details that Pep has got them do. That's clearly something he said.
Yeah.
It's 20 times.
Yeah.
And then just go all the way down. Man United, 3 kicks, move the ball once. Arsenal, Chelsea, Sheffield United, and a couple other teams, we've had X amount of free kicks, but never moved the ball once. So we're very honest people.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to Jason about that, and I say the referee now needs to spray a dot and not a line.
Yeah, I remember you saying,
and the ball sits on either on the dot or behind the dot.
Yeah.
Not either side. So that way, the line is only sprayed to contain the wall, as in the wall. This is your line for the wall. That way, remember, Tony pushes his finger and then picks the foam up and spreads it across, and then moves the ball. And I'm like,
but the other thing is that what some
sharp, he's
sharp, very sharp.
Clever.
But what some pundits were saying, and even the ref watch Dermot Gallagher was saying, actually, it's down to the referee. It's not down to VAR. to go and intervene on that, because the referee should be dealing and controlling things on the pitch. So listen, he's smart. He gained a bit of ground. I think he even said to one of the commentators in his interview, post-match interview, Tony, he said, like, apparently we're allowed to move the ball a yard either side.
A yard either side.
She goes, and she nearly believed him. That's the bad thing about it.
Yeah,
she nearly believed him. You know what I mean? So it's absolutely crazy.
Didn't he?
But listen,
Buddy.
He's come back, you know. I think he equalizes, doesn't he? Because the return of him,
that's right.
The return of him, it was actually, Nottingham Forest. Who was it they played? Nottingham Forest. Scored first. Do you know what I mean? I think it was Danilo, very good goal, and it kind of put the party atmosphere down a bit at the club. But they said, Mr. Smart Thinker Tony. You know what I mean? I had a bet. No, I didn't have a bet on him. But
he looked like he's been playing all along, because all game.
Yeah, he looked quite sharp, didn't he?
I think he played the whole match. Sharp. And he was sharp the whole game. Yeah. He nearly set up one. He almost scored again. Yeah, he looked sharp.
Yeah.
And his mentality, because he's saying he wants to be. He said it in his interview. He wants to be the best striker in England. Yeah, he wants to play for England and be the best striker. If I can beat Harry Kane's record, that's the mindset. And that's the mindset that I want at my club. You know what I mean? And unfortunately,
you know what? He's actually too radical for the England manager. I don't think he picks him. He picks him by media. The media will force him to pick him. He don't pick him out of choice. The tattoos and all that. He won't. Remember, he moaned about Sterling's gun tattoo all that. You know what I mean? So you see the man with the sleeve, the tattoo sleeves and all that. He won't want that. He'll make him wear long sleeve shirts to play for England.
Yeah. The other quick one I just want to touch on, because I've really got to move now. Is the situation with the West Ham, where it was a mad thing with Sheffield United, getting a point at the dying seconds into injury time, and then West Ham go down the other end. Bowen gets fouled. It should have been a penalty. VAR didn't look at it.
Do you think so?
I'm not saying. I don't know. It's difficult to say. I mean, I think Bowen looked like he handballed it as well. He hit his hand as well. So there was else going on. So
the thing is, my father-in-law won't listen to me. And he's saying that they got robbed and stuff. But I think the angle that they show only shows the player holding Bowen. But if you look at the shot before the actual situation, Bowen smartly has the player, then lets go, and then it looks like the player's on him because he's put the player off balance and lost the ball. I think VAR must have picked up on the scene before the fact, which is that's them doing their job, and that's why. So I don't think anyone can complain about that. But from what we could see on TV, it looked like a pen, 100%.
Yeah.
So
well, look,
that wasn't as bad as some.
Yeah. But Moyes was obviously not pleased about it, and he's got his sights set on getting into Europe. You know what I mean? So listen, at the moment, I think he's currently a couple of points ahead of you, 3 points ahead of Man United at the moment, isn't it? They've obviously got a better superior goal. Well, not say superior, they've got a better goal difference than Man United. But
it probably is superior. I think we're still in the minuses, mate.
You're on -5.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, it's rubbish, mate. It's rubbish.
-5. But look, that was the ref watch. We listen. Every week you're going to have something controversial going on. That's what it is. VAR, they obviously need to address it. I'm assuming once this season is over, they're going to go and sit down again and look at other rules, and whether they're going to update the rules or take things out or whatever. We just can't. You just can't keep up with them. Do you know what I'm saying? Even the players can keep up with the managers, but obviously at the end of the season or at the start of the season, they're briefed on any changes that will take place concerning that. But listen, I want to finish off with just quickly share. I'm going to just add this thing. If you could just quickly share this, and that's the what's going on prediction.
What's going on prediction, man? If you look at that, there was a lot of us hovering around the 50-point mark, which was good. And I think, Del Grady's getting the run for his money now. Getting dropping down the second. Richard is still there. Richard's still there. Phil is making a run with Godiva Warriors. Solid 65 points there. And then
So, D, you've gone up to 4th.
Yeah, I'm a bad man, Normski.
Oh my gosh. I just realised, I just seen it.
Right.
What's happened to Malcolm X? What's happened to Malcolm X?
Oh, Malcolm X dipped to second from bottom, and she scored 52 as well. She scored a nice 52 as well.
Malcolm X, what's happening? What's happening, Malcolm X?
But teams around us scored as well. So it's going to be it's an interesting second half of the season, Dobski.
Well, listen. Look, we've got the next round of predictions for what's going on prediction table. And the games will be commencing on Tuesday the 30th, which will actually be the day before our show. And then the weekend will be game week 23. So we obviously do, the predictions on the Tuesday if you want to do it before the show.
Yeah, before the show. Yeah.
So that I can have the table ready to go for that show. But listen, people, thank you in the chat. Please, I know I don't say it enough. When Mrs. keeps saying, you must say, hit the like button, subscribe and share if you're new and all of that stuff. But please, guys, hit that like button, subscribe and
get some followers going. Get Nomsky some followers, man.
If you're new, I'm trying. Try and get myself to that 400. You never know. You never know. But I do it for the enjoyment and that you guys make it really good. You make the show. And the people in the chat as well, you do make the show, and I really appreciate the time that you've afforded to us to sit down and listen to us babble on about football. But it's all good. It's all good. It helps this as well. It helps the old mental stuff. So listen,
very much so. Yeah.
Thank you very much again. Please, as I said, hit that like button, subscribe and share if you're new. And people, we are out of here. Take care and
take care, guys.
Thanks everyone.